Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Greenleaf. Season 3, Episode 12, Day of Reckoning. I have to say, this show is so good, and there are so many revelations, and it really makes me, it's very rare that shows get this good after they've been on TV for a while. So I have to just give it up to OWN. I have to give it up to the directors, the writers. Okay. Grace had already confronted Lady May about, hey, is Lionel her daddy? And so Lady May has the audacity to go and tell Grace essentially that it would behoove you, and she'd be forever grateful if Grace were to just drop it. Because of all things that has already occurred, Lady May just wants some peace and serenity, so she would love it if Grace would just, like I said, drop it, pretend like everything is cool, like everything is good, even though we're all looking at Lady May and thinking, really? You want Grace, who's been through hell and high water, to just drop this because it would be convenient for you? Because it would be convenient for you. That's what you're really saying. That's what you're really saying, Lady May. Grace just has this look of, girl, I don't even know who my daddy is, and you want me to go and do something that's convenient for you? Carissa is pissed, she's always pissed at something. But this time it's valid. She's pissed because she's pissed that Jacob put her in this situation. And she's just like, you love her, because Jacob is so worried about Tasha, even though we're thinking, it makes sense that Jacob's worried about Tasha because Basie definitely sounded like, oh, give me enough time, Tasha will do something that's going to piss me off where I'll do something I probably shouldn't do. But, of course, Carissa, her focus is, hey, do you love her? Do you love her? Which makes sense since her life is being messed up right now because of that. Rochelle is over at the house with Tasha, and Rochelle's just like, look, Basie's back. Everything's going according to plan. And Tasha looks very guilty. She looks over it. They're going to get out of town, and Tasha, again, she feels bad because she's like, really? After all this, we're going to go and skip? And it's like, yes, after all this, you're going to go and skip. He takes money that was hidden underneath Tasha's nose, underneath the couch, and it's actually Bishop's money. So the money that Bishop put into the account that Rochelle gave him, Rochelle emptied that account so that Basie could use it to pay off his, debt collectors. But Basie, being Basie, he doesn't even want to use the money to do that. And so then Rochelle has this look of, wait, what? But they have to go and dodge town. Basie's thinking, let's just take the money and go on the run. I'm thinking, go on the run? So you went and did all this just to go on the run? Now, Lady May is talking to Maxine, saying that, hey, Grace knows everything. Everything is cool now. I'm thinking, Grace knows everything. Says who? Says who? Because to my recollection, it sounds more like Grace found out something because of someone else, which she does acknowledge how Grace found out, but she makes it seem like everything's out in the open. Maxine is saying, ooh, too bad. You're just as bad as Bishop. Ooh. I'm thinking, okay, she's being a friend. But Grace calls Aaron, and she wants to do a DNA test, and she doesn't want Kevin to know because she doesn't want it to get around. Jacob goes over to the house to see Tasha. The house looks ran through, and that makes Jacob really nervous because he's like, Tasha. I said, Jacob, calm down a little bit. Dude. The lawyer is there at Calvary because Grace wanted him there to go and talk to Bishop to let Bishop know that we have a problem. We have a problem, and Bishop is trying to act like, I don't need help. I'm not going to jail. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to cooperate with anyone because I'm not going to jail. He even says, I had a premonition. Grace, you believe in having visions and premonition? Be honest. Oh, okay then. Yeah, so I had one, and my vision said that I would be fine, and well, actually, I can't tell you that because you wouldn't believe me anyway. I was like, oh my gosh. So the lawyer just has this look of what is wrong with him, what is he doing? Grace says it's the only way to save him if we go and essentially the only way to save him is through Tasha Skanks. She needs to go and tell the truth, the full truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. If she does that, then they may be okay. Maybe. Now Aaron's down at the church. Oh, actually, they went to go and get the DNA test. They'll see what the results are. They'll get an email. Jacob, he went over to Tasha Skanks' house. He's talking to Grace over the phone and says they bounced. So now Grace she's befuddled because her plan was to go after Tasha Skanks just like everyone else. I have my retainers in, so that's why my voice sounds weird. Now, Zora. And I said, oh, Zora. Zora really has become Isaiah's assistant, videographer, marketing person, packer of things, because he wanted her to pack him a suitcase. He can't pack his own suitcase. So she has to pack it. She's tired of being in the house. She's tired of just running behind him, and she lets it be known. And clearly Isaiah wasn't taking her too seriously because I said, Zora. But no, he just had this look of, and he was like, look, I love you. You're my girlfriend, and go pack my stuff. I said, oh, excuse me? Coralie, out of nowhere, calls Rochelle and tells Rochelle she's going to go and, she wants to go and get her kids because in foster care, they're having issues. And so Rochelle, remember, she was in the system. So that's her weak point. That causes her to change plans. She has Tasha Skanks in her car. Instead of them going out of town, they're going to go to Coralie's house. And as soon as that happened, I said, nope. No, this isn't what it seems. Rochelle, this isn't what it seems. While that's happening, Bishop is, he sees Clara talking to another pastor, and the pastor's really happy to see Bishop, but Bishop's looking at his potential replacement. And Bishop essentially said, you know what? I don't know what you've heard, but everything's great here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Try me if you want. Jacob says something really stupid. Jacob goes and tells Gigi, so, I went and kissed Tasha Skanks. Gigi hits him. It's like, what? Why does everyone keep getting mad at me when I say that? It was just once. It was just a kiss. First of all, you two made out. Now it's not just a kiss. I remember it. Secondly, it was still wrong. And that's the type of dumb entitlement that Jacob has. Oh, it was just a kiss. But if a man even looks at his wife, oh, he's ready to fight. Usual misogynistic mess. Gigi is just afraid. She's just afraid. She's unsure of the future. She's just praying that Tasha Skanks, that they somehow make a way over there. Jacob is reminiscing about all little things that he notices about his wife and loves about his wife. And I said, oh, congratulations, Jacob. You realize that you love your wife. That's such a revelation. While he's doing that, Rochelle pulls up and she has Tasha Skanks. So their plan is working. But they need a little bit of help, a little bit more time. Rochelle and Tasha go into the house, and they're trying to talk to Coralie, telling Coralie, remember, if you go and talk to, well, first of all, Tasha thinks she's slick. She wants to use Coralie's phone, or she says, we are not here for you. We are here for her. The other important thing to remember is that that Coralie is still working with Grace. Because Grace, boom! Ding dong! Door flings open. Door flings open. Rochelle's like, oh no! Yes! And Jacob and Grace come into the house. Grace stands next to Coralie because Rochelle's like, how dare you? After all the stuff I did for you, you ain't nothing. You were gutter. You are trash. I've been betrayed by a white woman. And I said, oh, and so you have. Oh, and she was trying to get Tasha out of the house. Come here, come on, let's go. Jacob said, she's not going anywhere. So then Rochelle backed off of Tasha, and then she started going at Coralie. You are a liar, you are a deceiver, and you are a manipulator, and you're... Oh. But then she tells Grace, look at you, because Rochelle said, I understand what I did was wrong. My problem isn't what I did was wrong. My problem is with you. You come from money. You come from a family of means, a family of BSers. You have the audacity to come at me when you and Phoenix were a little trollop down there. I said, no, wait a minute now. I feel like Lady May said something like that in the very beginning of this series. What did Grace do in Phoenix? And why does it matter right now? It doesn't. So Rochelle goes and leaves, essentially said this isn't over. Tasha Skanks agrees to go and talk to the feds, and Grace wants to go and talk to Coralie by herself. Coralie acknowledges that she didn't really believe Grace. She was on Rochelle's side originally, but it sounds like she had a little bit of faith, and it was one of those things where Grace came to her first. Let's just hear her out and see what happens. And she realized the way how Rochelle reacted was her true confirmation. Grace isn't going to stop. She's going to help Coralie because Coralie, she's a woman who was taken advantage of, who wasn't believed, and you know that's Grace's soft spot. Jacob makes it very clear that he loves his wife. What him and Tasha did was a mistake, but he just wants Tasha to, say if she'll still help out, even though he's put it out there that they're not going to do anything further. She agrees. Here's the moment we've been waiting for. It just played out a little bit differently. Isaiah's going to leave for tour, but guess who's not going with him? His girlfriend Zora. Zora packed his bags, but she packed her own separate bags because she wasn't going anywhere. She was going back home. She was going back home. Memphis. She was out. She was out like a light. She said, what is she? She's a fake videographer, fake assistant, his mother, his maid, all of the above. That's not what she signed up for. And he said, it's not what you signed up for. I took you from the house where you weren't doing anything. You weren't being anything. I said, here we go with the manipulative, verbal abuser stuff. And she said, all right, cool, whatever. And then he goes and says, see, I know I should have stuck it in your cousin when she wanted it. I said, first of all, we all know she didn't want anything from you. So as she's trying to leave, because she said, just get out of my way. I just want to go. He goes, pushes her. And I thought that she was, because the island was right there. I thought she was going to fall and hit her head or something. But no, he pushes her and she falls back. She does fall back onto the...
Remember to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe and come back.
Counter. And then he starts trying to choke her. I was like, oh my God, this is no. we're not doing all this today. Nope, we are not doing all this today. Nope, we're not doing all of this today. But Jesus be praised, because what happened next was sort of a miracle. And I looked at it time and time again, and I said, okay, this could have been done a little bit differently, but we get the point. She was able to break free, and she jammed his head against the island, and that gave enough room for her to go take out her phone and say, I said, unless she's been playing this, let's just say that, yes, she was on live that quickly. She was on live and everyone could see it. And so she just wants to leave. It's her choice to go. Again, using certain words and verbiage. And that's how she got out that. I said, oh my gosh, she was paying attention. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. But I was so afraid because there's more than enough time in the episode. Lady Mae is working on her sermon, and that's when Bishop comes in. Bishop comes in, and he essentially says, look, everything is cool now. Grace and Jacob, they have Tasha, so that will be taken care of, and Tasha will tell the feds everything. Lady Mae said, oh, so you cleaned up your mess, great. But then he essentially, so Lady Mae said that she changes everything, and the day after that, she wants to be co-pastor. And Bishop said, here's the problem, because that's your issue. This is mine. You want everything, and you are just so perfect. You don't do anything, and why don't we do this? I'll allow it if you go and just be very honest with me. Tell me everything. Tell me, what really happened with you and Lionel, all the secrets, all the lies. And maybe we can move forward. And she says nothing. So then he said, ooh, pride becomes the fall. Essentially meaning, you going down. Yes, you are. You going down. At some point, your pride's going to be your undoing. I said, Bishop. Bishop. We're talking from experience, aren't we? We know you're talking from experience. Now, it's the day that we've been waiting for. She changes everything. She changes everything. And it starts out with a praise dance. But we then have Charity. Charity has a duet with Patti LaBelle. And I wasn't sure how this was gonna be choreographed, but I enjoyed it. They gave us a full performance of Charity and Maxine. Grace came to church, but at that time it was just her. Apparently she got the DNA results, so she's inviting Aaron down to the church so that they can go and open it together. Aaron did go and tell Kevin because Aaron can't hold water. But anyway, he changed my life completely, and now I see at his feet. Let me stop. Oh, Lord. Forgive me. Ooh. Woo. Anyway, it was fun. It was fun. Most importantly, it was impactful. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the high notes. I enjoyed the soft singing. I enjoyed the low notes. Oh, I'm a mess. Oh, I love Mama Patty. I sing because I'm happy. And now Lady Mae comes through. Zora was the one was picked up by Sophia. And there was nice. They didn't do much talking. It was just like, oh, okay. And I said, oh, Sophia, you're able to pick up the suitcase. So you're feeling better. That means you should be out of the house now and doing something. You can't just stay in the house all day and do absolutely nothing. Nope. This was a really beautiful moment between Bishop and Grace. Bishop goes and talks to Grace, and he just professes how much he appreciates her, appreciates everything that she has done for the family, has done for him. And he said, when no one else saw it, she saw it. And most importantly, she stayed firm in her belief, and she worked hard to make this a reality. He said that she's the apple of his eye. He adores her. He always has, and he always will. And I said, no! They better not be trying to set us up to get our emotions riled up. Just going to say, you are not biologically the father. Better not. Better not. You know, on these shows, half the time when they try to put you in one direction, it's just to really get us invested in the storyline. But in actuality, it's not what we think. And I don't know if I know everyone is like, look at her. I've seen a lot of paternity cases where the kid does not look like the father at all, but turned out to be the case because it's just about how the DNA came together in that body, people. In that body. I'm keeping hope alive. This is one thing I don't want to, be thrown back in their faces, because this would destroy the family. You kidding me? Their family, how fickle they are. Lady May is preaching for her life. Remember, this is her moment. This is where she could potentially take over. Potentially, Lady May's whole sermon is about how the men, she would hear them preach growing up. But she always wanted them to just put a twinge of tenderness in their sermons. Make it sound more hopeful and jovial versus what actually occurred. And I hear her. I see her. I feel her. But she says, the answer to everything is love, overwhelming love and compassion and understanding. And then she goes on some bull, because then she flips it and also says the other thing that we do need is honesty, full transparency, and pure honesty. When you were honest and transparent. I'm thinking, is she talking about Bishop? Because she can't be talking about herself. All this information came out only because other people were honest, and it wasn't her. Jacob tells Clarissa that, I realize that I love you. I wanted to... Now, Jacob. I'm thinking Jacob is just so dumb. Jacob is just so... That's the only word I can feasibly come up with, because you told your wife, that I realize I love you. Now, while this sermon is going on, Clarissa, she feels over it. She's over because she's looking at him like, really? Oh, so now you realize it? Now you get it? He said, wait, no. Like, yes, but you're making it seem like something else. And she said, no, I'm just putting it into context. She's done so much for him, sacrificed so much for him. She wants to feel happy and good about herself. Sidebar, did you see OWN is getting a reality show? I said, wait a minute now, the OWN network. In 2019, everything changes. But Gigi has Aaron there, and they open up the results. She was talking about how this will change the dynamic of her family forever, but she needs the truth. She needs transparency. You see the central theme going on, and she just opens up the email. But we don't know what it says yet. We don't know, because looks can be very deceiving. Basie Skanks wiggles his way into Bishop's office, and he has a gun. He has a gun, and he wants to shoot. He hates Bishop. Bishop tries to talk to him. Bishop tries to tell him that, hey, this isn't the way. You are a man of God. I've listened to you preach. Someone who doesn't have love and compassion and God in their heart cannot preach the way that you do. And Basie's looking at Bishop like, that's cute for you to say, but the reality is, this is your fault. You're the one that went and decided to go and burn down that church with my daddy in it. So just like how he burned, you're going to burn. And how, look, I know because of my actions, I'm going to burn too. Because Bishop was saying, you don't want to lose 2 lives. Take one. Well, one was your father's life was lost, and then your own, because all you'll see in the mirror is my face. You'll see my reflection. I'm thinking, so you think. Now, marrying back to Carissa, like I said, Carissa's over it because she said, I want to be happy. This isn't the time, and I want a divorce. I am done. Jacob's like, wait. The door opens up, and it's Zora. And Jacob runs to his baby girl. Carissa's like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. I said, thank you, God. Oh my God. Bishop is doing everything he can, but Basie is pissed. Basie is pissed. He wants his revenge. So he has that gun. It's ready. We don't know what's going to happen yet, but we do know that it was something bad. Because, Gigi, at the end of Lady Mae's sermon, comes around the corner with Aaron. And now, with that look of, you're a liar, you're a deceiver, and you're a manipulator. Lady Mae, because Lady Mae just had that look of, yes, tell the truth and walk in love. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week.